Hello everyone, let's check out today's Daily Dominion. Quick look at the full kingdom there. Okay. So I see a couple different trashers, both Sacrifice and Spice Merchant. Trading Post also trashes. Oh, Amulet trashes. Plus buy in Spice Merchant, Squire. The thing I don't see here is draw. Some alt VP, Gardens and Tunnel. Necromancer can trash also. Wow. Flagship is, I suppose, a village of some sort, kind of. It's a little bit finicky to use. Yeah, so no draw. In fact, the only way to get your hand to be larger than 5 cards is to have played a flagship on your previous turn and then playing a card such as Familiar, maybe Necromancer, depending on what's in the trash. So we're gonna be pretty money-ish, probably. What do I want to do here? Maybe Spice Merchant and Amulet? Part of me wants to take Spice Merchant and Sacrifice. Sacrifice can get the estates out and net you points like that. Right, you get 2 points by sacrificing 1. But then afterwards, it's not doing a whole lot. And the reason I would like Amulet, sure, I'm trashing the estate, losing those points, but it can then gain me silvers. It can gain me essentially 1 silver per turn, or 2 silvers per time it's played. Is there a way to discard Tunnel? The only way I can see to discard Tunnel is with Zombie Spy. I don't see anything else here to do that. And so are we also getting a flagship at any point? And do we go for a familiar, throw some curses in? You know, the other thing we could do is take a sacrifice and a potion, or an amulet and a potion. That way we can get the familiar in there. The thing is, there's so much trashing, but, you know, junking is junking. I think Spice Merchant is just so good though. Maybe Potion Amulet. So Amulet is at least trashing more cards than Spice Merchant. Unless it, you know, if it misses the shuffle due to duration effects, then maybe not. And then just start getting a lot of treasures in the deck. Yeah, I mean, I can see arguments for Spice Merchant Amulet, Spice Merchant Sacrifice, either of these with the potion. I'm worried. You know, I've noticed in the last couple of weeks the AI is starting to go for potion cost cards more often than they used to. I mean, I don't know if something has actually changed or if this is just perception or something. But if they get if they give me all the curses or a large number of them, that's going to be a bad time. Because you know the only way to trash curses here, the only consistent way is amulet and sacrifice. Amulet, you need the curse at the start of your hand. Or no, you don't. When you play amulet, you can do it, but you're not really drawing cards here. Okay, I'm going to go for potion amulet. I don't know if this is the best option. Okay, I hit 3 potion. Oh, they go amulet sacrifice. So they are risking the possibility of a collision. I could do another amulet, so or a sacrifice. If I get a sacrifice now, there's no possibility of collision. The amulet will stay out and miss the shuffle. So I think that's what I'm doing. They get a squire. Okay. So am I getting a silver now? They have 2 sacrifices. Ooh. Oh, when you trash this, gain an attack. They're going to gain the familiar by trashing the squire, probably to sacrifice. That's a good... I did notice that. So for people watching this video in preparation, you don't need to buy potion. Get a squire. Trash the squire for a familiar. Smart, smart, smart. I learned something today. Great. Whenever I look at squire, I never see it as a potential way of gaining an attack. I see the squire as a village plus buy and gaining silver. But yeah, trash this, gain an attack card. Okay. I think we'll probably just get a silver. What's down there? 4 coppers, a sacrifice, and a potion. Yeah, so the potion is just bonkers now. I could get another familiar, but I think I'd rather add useful things to my deck. I might even sacrifice the potion. And maybe, you know, depending on what's down here, sacrifice a potion, buy a spice merchant, or buy a gold, or whatever. But I think this is going to be a silver. Flagship. Yeah. Flagship is a card that I need to sort of figure out what its deal is. Flagship is kind of a bizarre one. So am I trashing this potion? Or do I want to pile them with curses? Yesterday I tried to attack them as much as possible, and that turned out to be a disaster. Of course, there was a proper defense to it with Guardian, so that's a copper down there. I feel like should I go for a flagship of my own? I mean, I'm risking a lot of terminal collision if I do that. Can't quite afford a gold. What about a squire? You know, I'm risking terminal collision as it is. I could trash the squire for to draw on, to cycle on. That would give me the second familiar that I'm sort of foregoing right now, probably. At the moment, the only card that flagship would give me plus like village effect for is familiar. I mean proper village effect where I can diversify my action plays. I'm going into a new shuffle next turn. I don't know what the best thing for my deck is. I'm going to get rid of the potion and I mean, maybe there's an even argument for Spice Merchant at the moment. And that could also be trashed a little bit later to sacrifice. Yeah, I think Spice Merchant. Another Squire. The Squire for actions, sacrifice, and estate. So here, you know, I could buy 2 Squires. And eventually trash those maybe keep one around as village effect or something that just opportunistically gains silvers, trash the other one into a familiar. The alternative is I draw on. Dishing out a curse right now doesn't do much because they're at the top of a shuffle. I mean, I should probably draw on. Okay, it's a little unfortunate that my sacrifice never hit an estate. I don't think I really want to play with the goal of sacrificing an estate. I think we should just get rid of it. And another silver, another amulet. I wonder if raid is ever going to come into play. You know, if I play like 3 silvers, raid for another 3 silvers. Man, this kingdom a little bit... I think this should probably be another silver. Let me take another flagship. What is the last card down there? I think that's a copper. So I could buy a gold here. Gain a silver, draw that copper. But, you know, trashing trashing. What would I gain on 5? I could raid and just get a silver and punish them. I think I have 2 silvers in my deck right now. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trash, draw that. I'm pretty sure that's a copper. If I raid for a silver, then next turn start adding a lot of golds to my deck. Oh, well, this is about as a sacrifice. Okay, this is about as good. I don't know how much longer that spice merchant's going to stick around. Ooh, should I raid again? Could raid again, and then next shuffle add some gold, and then start greening. Yeah, there's trashing familiar into squire. So I think this is going to be trash a copper, buy a gold. They've got another familiar. Yeah, I'm worried about them overloading me with curses. So what's down there? I haven't been tracking my deck that well. I'm considering now sacrificing the spice merchant. I don't have a huge number of coppers left. Do I raid again? You know, if I raid a lot, gardens will start to be... Well, I mean, the most number of silvers I'm gaining in a turn is 5, so not really. And I've lost my plus buy. I don't know if trashing that was terribly smart. I know I keep saying I want to add gold to the deck, but maybe... I don't see this as being a double province kingdom, so maybe I just start getting ahead on provinces. Another another familiar. Okay, so I've got 3 provinces. But I feel like I'm going to slow down a lot, especially with all the curses I'm being dealt. So if I coin here and draw 1 more coin of any form, I get a province. Got it. So I'm at half provinces now. So here my option, I could raid or I could duchy. I'm pretty far ahead. They're going to need to go for Alt VP to catch up. If I raid right now, 2 more silvers in the deck. I've got like 6 or 7 silvers. But I'm already at half the provinces. I'm worried that this game is going to go really long and we're going to start piling out gardens and tunnels. I've taken more curses than I want to for sure. I think I must have 4 curses in my deck. How many cards do I have in my deck? 26. Wait. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 11 is not 26. 5 plus 11 is 16. So I have 20 cards in my deck. I'm nowhere near gardens increasing in value. It might be nice to throw more silvers into the deck before the next shuffle. What could pile out here? We just start taking, and then on the next shuffle, you know, duchies might empty this game. If I ever hit province again, I'm obviously taking it. What did they do? They trashed a sacrifice to their amulet. So now I think I don't remember when I bought a gold, but I'll take it. Now I think I'm going, in this shuffle, I'm going all for duchies. Yeah, they're going to be able to clean themselves up. Ooh. I'm not opposed to taking a squire here. I have a very small risk of terminal collision with Amulet Sacrifice because, I mean, my deck is quite large. I don't yet want to get estates. I mean, Squire is essentially going to be a copper, but it could gain us a silver. And maybe with, maybe, how much is tunnel worth? 2. Maybe if I land a lot of money with a Squire, I can pick up 2 tunnels. Yeah, this kingdom is starting to kind of slow down. Getting a not sloggy exactly, like especially the AI. They're having some good looking turns here. Yeah, so they have to go for this alt VP. How many cards do they have in their deck? Oh, so the gardens are worth 3 for them right now. Interesting. Okay, if I had one more coin, I would take the province. But I think I'm just taking a duchy. I wonder if it's worth... Okay, let me make sure that... Oh, I can't add... Why do I keep... No, they only have 21 cards in their deck, not 30. I don't know what's going on with me. Okay, so my options here, I could duchy. I could raid again. A lot more silvers. I could get a gold. There's a lot of alt VP. But the more gardens and such that they add to their deck, they're going to start really crumbling. What are the piles going to be here? I think just duchy, and we just sort of limp to the finish line. So, ooh, what should I do here? In a deck this size, it's very unfortunate to have this collision. On the one hand, it would be nice to trash the curse with Amulet so that the Amulet's in play next turn and it can do something. It would also be very nice to sacrifice this copper and buy another Squire. Lowers the squire pile, which I kind of want to do right now. Squire's not like... It'll take us a long time to get back to seeing the squire. They're going for gardens, so... I think I'm going to amulet the curse. Cross my fingers that I can afford something good next turn, perhaps a province. And, you know, this turn could be something like double squire, or maybe even triple squire. I'm not really paying attention to what they're doing. It's impressive to me that they're able to generate, like to have this good of a turn. Wow, like wild. Okay, 5, 6, 7, plus whatever I draw in familiar. That could be like double gardens or gardens tunnel. You know, I need to lower their potential of getting points. And at this point, it looks like they're going just for gardens and tunnels. I'm hoping that adding that much green to their deck, 2 tunnels, 2 gardens, really shuts down their engine ability. But I want to limit the number of points that they can get. Okay, this will be a province for me. And this could be a gardens, could be a duchy. How many cards do I have? 25. Clearly I need to sort of learn and get comfortable with flagship. Because flagship is the thing that's allowing them to power through so much here. Yeah, I think this will be a gardens to rush the end of the game. I might end up with 3-point gardens at the end of this anyway. I mean, it's obviously either gardens or duchy. Again, I'm at 25 cards. If this goes 5 more turns, this gardens will be worth 3. It lowers the number of gardens available to them, and they're at 23, 24 cards. It's hard to say. Let's just try and get this game over with. Oh yeah, they're trashing. They have to trash their action cards to allow their turn to continue. Wow. But gain silver and buy a state, that's 2 more cards to increase my garden's value. I could gain silver by squire. That's 2 more cards for garden value. Am I getting through this next shuffle in this game? Like, probably not, right? Something I am happy to see here is that they have to keep trashing their own action cards for their turn to continue, which means their gardens don't, like, you know, their deck size isn't increasing that much for gardens points. But they have a lot of gardens, so it's possible that their points explode at some point. Or do I just buy a tunnel? I want to end the game though. I have some squires in here coming up that might allow me to pile out squires. I don't know if this is right. Like maybe I should just get some points. Ooh, this can be a province. That's huge. Yeah, they're buying coppers in order to get the more gardens points. Do I actually want to buy a province here though? If I get a duchy, then they can't gardens out. They can't get that duchy. They can't buy gardens unless they've done the math, and that gardens is going to be worth, well, it can't be worth more than 7 points to them. They are at 29 cards. So one more card that they add will get them approximately 7 points. I don't remember how many gardens I bought. How many cards do I have? 16, 30, 22. 22 plus 5, 27, 28. So if I gain silver gardens, then this gardens will actually spike up to 3, and that one will also increase as well. So it's more than gaining it. It's more points than a duchy. And it means they can't take duchies. They can't take the duchy or the game ends. I think that's what I do. It seems silly, but let me make sure. I'm pretty sure I did the math right. I'm not going to recount, but 48, this would take it to 50, and then the 2 gardens increase to 52. Oh, I must have another gardens. Okay, 53, fine. And here we can duchy pile out. Okay, they just ended themselves. Yeah, okay. I really don't know if what I did here was the best. I didn't get a single flagship, and I was really impressed at how well flagship, had their turns actually kicked off to something. And but I went more or less money with a few good cards. What was my deck composition at the end? So I got rid of all the curses also, which I was kind of impressed with, considering how many familiars do they have in total? 4, but they got them late. I mean, that's a nice trick of trashing Squire to gain familiar, because maybe the right open there is like sacrifice. I don't actually know. What did I open again? Amulet Potion. Maybe you open a couple of trashers like Spice Merchant Amulet or Spice Merchant Sacrifice. And after trashing a couple things, maybe you can like use Spice Merchant to buy 2 squires. And then you could like sacrifice a squire to cycle on, get the familiar for free. But in the meantime, I was loading curses onto them already. I think they had 3, maybe 4 curses before they even got a familiar. The other risk with what I did, opening Amulet Potion, is you risk, I mean, it's not that bad with Amulet, but I think it was at the top of my second shuffle, I had 3 coppers and a potion in hand. There's a risk that you get 2 coppers and a potion. The amulet mitigates that a little bit because, maybe you play the amulet on turn 3, draw the potion on turn 4, and then amulet could potentially be a coin to top you up for the familiar. I don't know. But yeah, that was, I guess I'm kind of happy with that, especially after my performance yesterday, which was abysmal. But nothing terribly complicated in that kingdom, except I need to learn how to use flagship. I find it's like awkward, but maybe it's one of those things that you just put a few of in your deck, you play them at the end of a turn, and hope it accelerates your next turn a lot. Thanks for watching.